All right, everybody, welcome to the Studying Brew, episode 981 on this beautiful Wednesday evening. It is going to be a good one. I don't even know what Brandy's doing tonight. It could be content. It could be techniques. What are we doing tonight, Brandy?
Techniques.
All right, doing some techniques. I had a different idea tonight, but I'll run it by Brandy on a different night. But techniques, it's going to be, we're going to do what we did last night. We're going to have another night of just learning them techniques. Guys, they pay off. They help you out. They'll get you guys a pass notice. That's what you want. And who am I? I'm the guy that runs the back office over here at KonaButterflyz. My name is Andy. That's what I do. I run the back office, fill out sticky notes, pick out playlists. But you're not here for any of that. You're here for Brandy. She's got her Series 6, 63, 26, 65, and her Series 7, which makes her more than qualified to teach you all the things you need to know so that way you too can get a pass notice. And we're just talking about pass notices all day today, actually.
Pass.
We had a great meeting early this afternoon, morning, whenever it was. And that was great meeting a bunch of people that I didn't know that passed the exams. And so I can't wait to put some pictures up. So that's awesome. So I can't wait for that. But guys, it's all about you. And like we were talking earlier today, it's about getting a pass notice. That's all it is. It's about getting the right answer and moving on. It's not always knowing everything about what's going on or what everything in great detail is. A lot of times it's not necessary in getting the question right. And some people might get really hung up on that. When in the end, it's really just about getting it right. That's it. And just getting a pass notice. That's it. Famously, we had a student with Maria.
Mm-hmm.
She was in our Series 6 session, and Brandy called on or said something about the options. Oh, yeah, Maria knows all about this. She just passed her SIE. And she's like, Brandy, I have no clue what's going on.
She's like, I still don't know what options are for.
She's like, I have no idea what options are for.
Is there stock involved? I have no idea.
No clue. And they're like, what? You just passed the SIE? She's like, dude, all I know about this is what you told me to know about this. Mm-hmm. I just connected the dots and got right answers.
Pretty much.
And then moved on.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. We had famously Uriel, barely spoke English. Mm-hmm. And before that, we had who else? Alejandro. And then we had another a lady, I can't remember her name. She was from Florida. Mm-hmm. Literally had to have an interpreter. All passed their exams, by the way. Mm-hmm. Fully licensed. Don't even speak a word of, like, you know, that lady from Florida doesn't speak really a word of English at all. Mm-mm. How is it possible? How is that possible? Keywords, techniques, keywords, techniques, keywords, techniques. And then guess what? When they get fully licensed, they learn how to adapt all the stuff they need to say and what they need to do because they get training from their firm. And they're on and going, and they're representing a community that doesn't necessarily get investments all the time because you know why? Not a lot of people speak Spanish in that market.
True.
So there's communities that need you. There's communities that are underrepresented. You guys got to get out there. Go get yourself these licenses. Don't quit. It's bigger than you think. It's bigger than you. It's not, I know there's a lot of people talk about compensation and all these great things. Today we had, you know, our student, he was talking about, you know, simply being on a cruise, talking to some guy at the bar just randomly. The guy asked him, why are you here? He's all, I'm celebrating my securities license pass notice. And he's like, what is that? Next thing you know, doing a $500,000 trade just on a simple conversation, which led to $17 million. Which led to more millions just because he was celebrating his pass notice on a cruise with the family.
Yep.
Guys, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what's more important than studying. I don't know what's more important than you guys just looking down the barrel of the studying book and just making it happen. It's going to be challenging. It's going to be difficult. But if it isn't challenging and if it isn't difficult, then you're not growing. And then you're not getting out of your comfort zone to go get bigger blessings, and you're not going to have a higher reward. And I'm not just talking compensation wise. I'm talking a reward in life, like being able to grow, not being the same person you were last year. I know I talk about this with my kids. I talk about this with Brandy. I struggle with like depression. I'm not going to lie. I've been dealing with that for a long time. I have a lot of things that I've had to work on. And one of the things that I do keep in my mind all the time when I feel like I'm going down that route, I always say, am I better than I was last year? Have I made incremental moves to get myself better than I was last year? Did I improve even in the most smallest ways? Yes. Yes. Focus on those things. Focus on just improving. You'd be surprised on how it feels in your mental. And there's a lot of things going on right now. There's a lot of things that could really distract you and bring you down at this moment and depressing and all this stuff that's happening in the world and all the stuff that's happening in the country. There's all this tension. There's all this divide. There's all this conversation, all these things. But you know what, guys? Most of that stuff we have zero control over. It's going to happen, whatever it is. We can have a say, we can have an opinion, we can put our part in, whatever, but it's not where our main focus should be. Our main focus should be getting better every year, getting better on what we're doing, being better by the hour, being better by the minute, being better, period, as humans, as students, as adults, as everything. That's how you can make incremental changes. And then the people around you get better and people are better. And then guess what? It's just a ripple in a pond at that point. Control the things that you can control. Don't stress on the things that are out of your control. That's it. And then just focus on those goals, those tasks. Make those dreams real. There's no reason why they can't be real other than your limits. So when you have doubt, when you feel like it's overwhelming, when you feel like you can't do it, when you feel like you don't want to do it, pull out that old list of your goals, your tasks, your dreams, and look at them. You can make that happen. You just got to want it. We're humans. We don't do anything we don't want to. And if it's not happening for you and you're like, yeah, well, I've been wanting this for a long time. Have you been wanting it? Have you been acting like you want this? Have you been doing everything possible to make sure it's a top priority to make it happen? And if your answer is no in any way, then you really don't want it. It's gone from want to hope. I'm hoping. I'm hoping I can get it. Just like you're hoping to get on a diet, you're hoping to lose weight, you're hoping to get more money, you're hoping to live in a better house, you're hoping to do more running, you're hoping for this, you're hoping for that. Hoping is not going to happen. Hoping is when we've like, well, it's one of those things, right? We got to move it into the want and then we get. We got to have action behind it. We got to focus on it. We got to put out a plan and just do that. And if you don't have a plan, get a plan. We have a great plan. We went over it today with a lot of people out there in the Midwest. Guys, a plan is everything. You can get all kinds of, everybody has some sort of plan or whatever thing, but you know what? I've noticed in the last 5 years, most people adopt our plan. I'm not kidding. And I'm not just saying that. It's the facts. It is a true fact. Most people have adopted our plan. They just put their name on it and they try to do it. And they think it's the same thing. But we all know that, you know, Shasta is not Coca-Cola Classic, no matter how much you try, right? We all know that value brand Coke is not the same as Coca-Cola Classic, right? It's not the good. I mean, will it get you by? I guess so. But I want you to get a plan. I want you to do our 21-day plan. It's got a great checklist. It's got a great way to go through it. I'm in fact thinking about it. If I hear from enough people, I am willing to go over that whole plan. Doing it free, so people can check us out, like an orientation, like we used to do, and people can check out the Kona Way, see the plan, look at it, see if you want to join in there, see the benefits of it, and then make it happen. Push hard for the end of the year. I know there's some people who are like, well, I want that day-to-day thing. I'm telling you, the day-to-day thing doesn't always happen as good as this plan right here, this 21-day plan, because you're making it happen in the times that you can study, when you're most focused, when you're able to do it. We have that. You can do these courses on your time, on demand. They got great stuff that we can do. And then in the member sessions, if you do want live, if you do want to interact, if you do want to ask questions, that's what those live sessions are in the morning and the afternoon. We have the SIE going through Tuesday through Friday. You can attend those. Brandy's going to do one. I'm going to get into it in a minute. I think the topic's bonds tomorrow.
Yes.
Going to go over bonds tomorrow. If you're like, hey, I don't get that, you raise your hand in there and Brandy answers it. It's that awesome. Options, same thing. Watch. If you are like, well, I missed it, we have a ton of options and bonds live sessions that you can watch in the replays already. Go check it out. We have all kinds of material, small group tutoring, books. How much is it all, guys? With the tutoring, 3 books, SIE 6 and 63, all included, everything that we got. Course videos, audio soon to be on Spotify. I've been working on that, guys. It's a long process to get all this stuff up, but we'll have our own course videos on Spotify that you can listen to, or the audios, I should say. Listen to all that stuff, and then all of that for $100. If you don't want that and you're like, I'm struggling, I need a discount, $50. You don't get our study guide, you don't get tutoring, but guess what? You get in there, you get the SIE, the 6, 63, and 26. 4 different exams, all for one price. I don't know who's doing that. I know there's people that are trying to bundle stuff, but that's all of it, guys. Get what you need, get that thing done. Let's make it happen. Scan the QR code, hit the links. We got the Discord, the Kona community. We got study guides you can buy. Check it all out. Instagram is still up. Telegram's there. 951-290-3077. Give me a call. Give me a text. Tomorrow's schedule, SIE, 9:30 a.m. is the fun time. That's where Brandy's going to go over the bonds. 65, you guys are going to go over the brand new 65 plan that Brandy just finished and dropped today. So check that out. And then, of course, we got small group tutoring. Check those local times and listings for your time and your time zone. If you're not sure, you can always just ask Google.
Google knows everything.
You literally can ask whatever assistant you have on your phone. And what is it? I think Microsoft has Bing Bop or whatever. What is his name? Bingo? I don't know. Apple, we all know what that is. I would say it, but there's like 7,000 devices will go off right now if I say it. Yeah. Whatever it is that you have, you can just ask, what is my time zone? And then it'll literally tell you if you're not sure, and then just be on at those times.
Yes.
If you're not following us on Instagram, I wish you would. I tell you what, when they let me know, and they get me a picture, even if it's a day later, doesn't matter. We got it. Because guess what, Brandy?
So
we talked about it yesterday.
Yeah.
We got to pass it. Yes, we do. And we got that picture up for you. Kevin, congratulations on passing that SIE. Like I said yesterday. I told you I'd get that up there. And so this is Kevin with his brand new polished SIE pass notice, looking good. I don't know what car he was driving, but he had a really nice car that he looked like he was posing in. He's not doing too bad with that smile on his face. You know what I mean? He did tell me how he passed these exams, but I'm looking for my note. Here it is. Oops. Sorry, guys. You know when you think you have everything ready and you don't? He said, I couldn't have done it without KonaButterflyz. Brandy and Andy are the best, and the encouragement you give has made all the difference for me and others. KonaButterflyz is the only way to get the investment exams done. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. From the bottom of my heart, we are, yeah, thank you. We are proud and honored to help you out and get this thing done and get that exam, get that under your belt.
Yep.
The fun fact, after the brew, we did talk to Kevin, and he was like, he was on the Discord, he was on the Kona community, he was doing some studying, and he was doing some quizzes with the folks that do that over there. And he was answering questions. I guess he was quite the ninja with it. He was answering them left and right.
Yeah.
And then he had a moment of he's like, I don't know if I got this. And they all backed the play and said, you know what, you do have this, you do got it, go take the test, and you got to get that out of your head. And he listened.
Yes, he did.
Thankfully he listened and look, got the SIE. That's why it's so good to study with the community or study with some people. And even if you want to reach out to us, guys, you don't see sometimes what you need to see and what you need to believe in. And it's good to have a community around you and a circle around you that says, no, you need to go take it. You're ready.
You're ready.
Yeah, and not pretend ready.
Yeah.
You know, not like go get him, Tiger, even though like
At 10%.
yeah, no, no, this is it. This is gonna be it. You're gonna go get it, and you're gonna do it. Just make it happen. I did the same thing to Brandy when she wanted to go take her Series 7. She didn't want to go.
I did not.
I I literally had a whole lunch packed for her. I had a whole everything, her testing thing done. And she's like, well, I wasn't going to go today. I'm like, nah, you're going.
Yeah. I went.
I mean, I'm not going to be honest, guys. The price of that Series 7 test was probably one of the reasons why I pushed her out the door. How much was it?
$350.
It's $350 to take the Series 7. I was like, and we were super broke. I'm like, no, you're gonna go take that test. Oh, we're gonna try.
Yeah.
We're gonna give it our all. And well, you're not gonna be mad. I'm like, I'm never mad if you're trying. Go take it. Pass.
Yeah.
Series 7. How? Same thing that how
just kidding. Techniques.
Techniques. Same thing that worked for Kevin.
Yes.
Techniques. Brandon, you're supposed to play along here.
I know.
Series 7. Techniques. Kevin, SIE. Techniques. Well, let's do it, Brandy. Let's get into the techniques. Let's make it happen. And let's get after it. Guys, it is what will help you out in getting this thing done. But like last night, we got rules of technique, test taking techniques, or Wisdom Wednesday, as Joanna coined it. I'm just gonna stick with it. I like it. Wisdom Wednesday. We got rules. One, you're not allowed to ask what exam did that question come from. It does not matter. In fact, I'm going to be posting I'm like from Philadelphia, posting and have a hoagie. No, I'm going to be posting a passer hopefully tomorrow. LaQuisha. So sorry if I messed up your name. I've had like a couple names in my head today that are just so similar. But she told me she passed all her exams, SIE 6, 63, and the Series 26, all within 90 days. She's going to take a pass notice picture, kind of like the Michael Phelps thing, where like she's got all the pass notices in her hand.
That's super cool.
Yeah, I told her, let's do it. And she was like, techniques. She's all, do you know what I realized? It doesn't matter what at QBank I take. It doesn't matter if it's the real exam or not. The techniques hold fast on everything. I just look at the keywords and the techniques, and I don't care about a lot.
Yes.
She's all, that's what I've learned. Hopefully I have that up there and tomorrow, and I'll talk about her. But techniques, guys, it doesn't matter what exam, so don't ask what exam it is. Pay attention to how Brandy breaks down. Look at all the things that she makes, the connections, the observations, all that great stuff. And then rule number 2, we want you to do that 10-question flash quiz. 10 questions, 10 minutes. Learning to not think is what it really is. Learning to not think. Go with the gut. Go with the technique. Look for the strategy. Look for the pattern. Don't put a lot of time into it of reading and cluttering your brain.
Got no time.
And see what you got.
Yeah. All right.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right. Let's go, Brandy.
All right. So I answered this question in 5 seconds. You guys ready? Against, in favor, against. I picked C and it was the answer. That's it.
Did you guys see that?
I don't even know what the question is.
Don't know what the question is. That's how she got this answer right.
Literally, I have no idea.
No idea.
I mean, I can reveal it, but I didn't like, if I read it to you right now, that would be the first time that I read it.
Yeah. And if you're reading the question to try to figure out where the content is, you're not listening. You're not listening to anything that we're saying.
Yeah. No. That's it.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Move on.
Okay. Cyclical rotation, which I feel like is redundant.
Yeah.
Because cyclical and rotation is kind of the same thing. Right? Do you guys know?
Yeah.
Yeah, same. What do I want to say? Redundant, right? It repeats.
Yeah, it's like when people say cheese quesadilla. Am I the only one that you finds that, I don't want to say annoying, but it's like, it's just funny. It's like, dude, do you realize you're saying cheese tortilla?
So I asked the other day, I said, can I get a plain quesadilla? Because I don't like meat in it. Well, because I have to say plain, otherwise. So he goes, a cheese quesadilla?
Yeah, see, that's the guy.
I said,
that's
yes.
Man, what?
I said, yes. Cheese.
That's one man behind the counter.
So yes, fine, a cheese quesadilla. Anyway.
See, I still think it's funny.
Strategic portfolio management.
And just so you guys know, it says redundant, not dedundant.
There's an look.
Dude, I know your
Okay.
R's are like rockets. They do
Okay.
high kicks.
Strategic portfolio management strategy, like the game of Risk.
Right.
Do you guys remember that game?
Strategy.
Tactical. I always think of Navy SEALs.
I think strategy and tactical are almost very similar. Those two statements are very similar. B and C. That's what I would have thought.
And then segment rotation. Now you're right. Like you could look at B and C and go, they're similar, or you could look at A and D and go, they're similar.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Yeah, one's a whole cycle, the other one's a segment of the cycle, I guess, rotating.
I don't even know because cyclical rotation makes no sense. Okay. Which of the following is a form of portfolio management that rotates? With me so far?
Yep.
Between sectors based on changes to the
Done.
business cycle.
Done.
Look. So some of you are going to say, well, it's A because it says cycle.
I see sector.
Sector
Segment.
is a segment. And
sector and segment.
The answer is D.
Sector and segment. Once I would have saw that sector, I would have been all locked into D. That's it.
Sector.
No need to read anymore.
No, you didn't have to. But I just thought that sometimes somebody would see the cycle and go, well, it's like, got it? Okay. I can't go a week without putting up a risk question.
Got to have that risk.
Interest rate risk, purchasing power risk, business risk, liquidity risk. So interest rates, I'm looking for interest. Purchasing power, I'm looking for inflation. Business risk, I'm looking for one business. And liquidity risk, I'm looking for mattress sales. If you guys have been on, you guys know what I'm talking about, right? You guys know. All right. So let's go into the question. Whoa, this is like the longest risk question that we've seen, right? Okay, an investor has a majority of his portfolio in an ETF that mirrors the S&P. If the investor decides to liquidate, you guys are like, oh, liquidity risk, that position and reinvest the proceeds into a single New York Stock Exchange listed common stock, it would most likely lead to an increase in the investor's single one. Oh, yeah. That's it.
Whenever you see business, you're thinking one business.
One business.
One business. That's what you guys should associate that with. Business. Whenever you see business something, it's one company, one thing, one.
A single
cog in the wheel.
Yeah. Yep. And then reading the question or seeing all the words in the question, it was the idea that it was the single that was the connection that they were asking about.
Like you put liquidity is a mattress though?
Yeah.
Liquidity.
That's how I remember. Education background and degrees earned, disciplinary actions, employment for the previous 10 years, or any other names used.
I'm going to say this is all like some sort of registration, some sort of application of some sort. What can be the things that disqualify you maybe? I don't know. These are all the vibes I'm guessing.
Yeah.
U4 registration.
Do you know what doesn't go on a U4? Disciplinary actions has to go on there.
Yeah, we got to know.
Employment has to go on there.
Right.
Any aliases.
Yes.
Has to go on there. But your educational background? Nope.
Nah, we don't care. Do you know why? Because you got to pass the exams anyway.
Yeah. And not on the U4. That's exactly it. Boom.
You guys ever thought about that? The fact that they don't care about the education is because you got to pass these licenses first anyway.
That's right.
Doesn't matter.
Very common. They do not ask you your marital status nor your education status.
They're more concerned with if you're a criminal than anything. And if you had any kind of like disciplinary actions or could be a risk.
Yeah. That's true.
That's most important.
Yeah. A special purpose acquisition company, a private placement, a buyout, a liquidation. All right. So you guys are probably going, well, let's look at the question. Let's just look. Okay. A private company can become public through, can't be through private placement because we're still keeping that private, right? Where does a buyout go to making it public? If you buy it out, you're getting rid of it.
Well,
right?
yeah, same with a liquidation.
And a liquidation, what? You're again, you're getting rid of it.
You're
right?
dissolving it. Why would you go public with something you're dissolving?
Exactly. But I could do it.
Process of elimination.
So I could do an acquisition, but for a special purpose. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is called a SPAC. These were very popular in 2020 and have since. You guys want to know a fun fact about SPACs? About 90% of all SPACs have failed.
Yeah.
There was a very famous one called WeWork. That is how WeWork went public. I believe it's bankrupt now.
Didn't go well.
Trump's Truth Company went through a SPAC.
Yep.
I don't know that one. DraftKings though.
That one's still off.
That one went popular. That one went public through a SPAC, and that is very popular, especially this time of year.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what that is, a special purpose.
There's a lot of them that did not go well because it requires a bunch of investors to pull their money, and then one person goes, this is what we're going in on.
Yeah, and you don't know.
You have no idea what it'll be. You have no idea what the company they're going to acquire, and then
they have 2 years, by the way.
Yeah.
Series 65, it's on your exam.
Yeah.
All right. Income, cash on hand, revenues, expenses. Now I'm going to tell you this. This is how I got this question right. This has 3 words in it. And I'm like, it's probably this. And then I looked at the question and it said a stock analyst viewing a corporation's income statement would not be able to determine. If I'm looking at an income statement, I'm not seeing what is on hand.
No.
Because it's income and what goes out. It's like what comes in and what goes out. So cash on hand is not going to be on there. And it had 3 words. So I was able to back that up.
There you go.
And I think that's it.
Yeah, you can't tell how much is in their pocket.
No, it's an income statement. It's an income statement.
Excuse me, I would
balance.
Excuse me, I see everything that you earned on your income from your job and all these other things, but what I really want to know is how much money do you have in your pocket right now?
Please check my balance sheet for that.
No, your billfold. Plus, I want to know where the change in your ashtray. There is such a thing anymore.
It's in the door now.
Your door, that space in your door. How many quarters you got stuffed in there? I want to know that too.
I don't think people carry that anymore because most people don't take change.
I have no idea. All I know is that's just faulty. It's common sense. If you say these things out loud and you think about it, you go like, you know what? I don't really need content for that. That just makes sense. How are you going to measure that? How are you going to ask for that? You can't do that. That's why we were telling you guys, it doesn't matter if it's a Q bank, if it doesn't matter if it's a real exam. Once you guys get this down, once you make these observations, once you look at it this way, this is a much easier process. Then you realize what you really don't need to care about, what you don't really need to think about, what you really don't need to study, and what you really need to master. And this process becomes so much easier. There's no need for big old weekend content dumps. There's no reason you need to spend 20 hours a day working on it, or how many hours they do that, or anybody should do that. You know, I no 2 to 3 hours, right?
Mm-hmm. Hey, do you guys want to know where those questions came from?
What?
Series 65.
Those are Series 65 questions, everybody. Series 65 doesn't matter.
It does.
All right, everybody. Apparently, when I say series,
yes,
my helpful person
That's
comes on
why
live for my phone. I don't. Anyways,
I say that word a lot.
Oh, all right, everybody. Well, we got a full schedule tomorrow for the members. We'll be back for the Kona Studying Brew.
That's right.
Same bat time, same bat channel. We're going to be doing content. We're going to be doing techniques. We're going to have something for every single exam because it is the Serious 6. Yeah.
I get serious.
Well, I don't know about that, but these exams are serious, and we're going to have fun doing it tomorrow night. Same bat time, same bat channel. But you know what? Stay safe out there. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. Don't touch your friend's face. That's all I know. Keep the positive mental attitude. PMA, everybody. Have a great night.
Thank you guys so much for being on. We so super appreciate you. Practice those techniques in your quizzes. We will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great one.